Now me, I'm not selling anything.
Based on what I know through observation, her particular target audience is a male. This is where Pearl's content and marketing sits. She is constantly hitting pain points and triggers. The challenges and the pain points for her particular customer, client, and fan is not being heard, not being seen, not feeling valued, and not having access to women. So she talks about this constantly, right? And she's talking to women, right? Women which this particular customer, client, or fan does not have access to and wants access to. One way to draw in this particular customer is to continue to hit this customer's pain point over and over and over.
What's up with those modern women, am I right, boys? Pearl even talks about this business plan in an interview with Yahoo News, saying that she didn't know what her business would be yet, but basically that she wanted to be an influencer and build a brand. The plan? Make money off of single men on YouTube by regurgitating their talking points about women back to them as a woman.
I feel like when men love women, it's like women have more conditions for them to be like really in love.
For a man to love a woman, she does not have to jump through as many hoops and meet as many requirements as for a woman needs to love a.
Most men always get looked upon like they're not a hoe. Why is it different for women than it is for men?
It's easy for us to get sex, and men getting sex is hard. So if they do what's hard, it's valued. If we do what's easy, it's not.
Pearl, I need to have a word with you.
Oh no! Don't be too hard on her now. Why does it have to be this way?
Pearl, you're fired.
Studies. And in the same way that on those campus studies, we saw that if you have a small minority of men that most of the women are trying to pursue, the men get to set the terms and they will have hookup culture because a male's natural dating strategy is polygamy. I hope that made sense because I feel like that was a bit complicated, but that is basically the reason why hookup culture is so prevalent today. And women have enabled it because women have decided to comply with this standard as opposed to rejecting it. And the reason why women are complying with it is because we were raised under the sexual revolution, which has taught us that sex is nothing more than a leisure activity and casual sex is empowering and freeing, even though most women don't actually truly find it to be that way, because if it was, then we wouldn't have so many bitter women saying that men are trash.
The amount of women I've met who meet guys who like aren't adventurous in the bedroom, who aren't like who are very vanilla, right? I've had guys say, oh, eating punani is disgusting, like basically eating out of girls is disgusting, or my dick is enough, you don't need no toys. It's like you smash one guy, the sex is alright, right? Or it's decent. And then you just stay there. And then you don't want to like at least compare notes with another guy. You just want, okay, I'm smash this guy, the sex is okay or it's bearable. You know, I don't want to increase my body count, quote unquote, right? And then you just stay there. And then you don't really know what else is out there, good or bad, to compare with. You're just like, okay, I'm here, I'm content, I'm just do it. But then I like this, this the other day I had a girl say like, oh, I've never had like a proper orgasm before. I'm like, oh, for real?
When I was in my 20s, I could give it to you back to back to back just how you wanted it.
Sure.
As you get older, it gets harder and harder for you to summon it up every single night.
Like, yeah, that missionary with a vibrator combination, it's crazy. It's like, most guys aren't like very adventurous in the bedroom, handcuffs, not familiar with safe words. Like for me, I have safe words, right? And be like, I like using safe words because you can easily voice your discomfort. Like with me, cherry means stop, peach means slow down, and if something feels good, I'm gonna keep doing it. Just say yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? But like guys who know how to stop when you want to stop, when you feel uncomfortable, shit like that. But you find one guy, it's okay, or it was okay initially, and then you start seeing like signs of incompatibility, but like you let it slide because there's familiarity. And that's why you say hookup culture is trash. Where it's actually, I would say, it actually helps you find like the right people, because imagine you don't have sex with this person until you got married, and you find out you have different libidos. Like your sex drive is high, hers is low, or hers is high, yours is low, or you're more vanilla in the bedroom. She wants it like rough and passionate. You want it like slow and gentle, or vice versa.
You can be my dad, you can be my brother, you can be my freaking girlfriend. If you're gonna pull some bullshit, I'm gonna call it out. I don't give a shit. And this is bullshit, and I'm about to expose this shit.
So much shit that I liken it to not knowing how much debt someone has before you marry them. That's my perspective. The Muslims or full-time Christians or any other religion can say differently, but that's my perspective on it. And Yeah, man.
Which brings me to my next point. Because most women are trying to pursue the same small minority of men, and these men are exploring and enjoying themselves by having multiple women at once, they're not really looking to settle down with any of these women, because why would they when they've got all the options in the world? And so what tends to happen is they'll mess around with these girls and just have casual sex with them, but never commit to them. And these women will eventually want more from them, because as much as the feminists have told us that we can have casual sex just like men can and it's nothing to us, the reality is we are biologically different. The reason why women tend to develop feelings first during these friends with benefits situations is because when women sleep with men, we release a hormone called oxytocin, and this oxytocin is known as a bonding hormone. It causes us to form attachments and bonds with the person that we're sleeping with. And so if you have a friends with benefits situation with a guy, you're releasing this hormone when you sleep together, and so you are developing an attachment to them.
I promise you, you do not develop an attachment to bad sex. I will tell you that for.
We gotcha, we got you, bud.
If you're like peaceful to be around, giving good, you know, belly full, stomach is full, balls are empty, and just nice to be around, eventually a guy's gonna want to take it seriously. Whether it is monogamous, for me, I'm not monogamous, so it'd be non-monogamous both ways for me and her. Whether it's not a monogamy or non-monogamy, if you're good to be around, it's peaceful to be around you, you're gonna wife you up, because the energy with a consistent long-term partner and just a regular fuck buddy or just someone you smashing once in a while is different. You can't replace it, I would say. That's what I'm trying to say. And you shouldn't try not to be a wifey or don't do wifely things because you think he will abuse it. You do wifey things because that's just a part of your character. And if he can't appreciate it, then you find someone else that can appreciate it. It's simple as